Here we are in Offroad Masters, and I'd like to present my video on how to use the winch in the game. This is the hill we'll be using to climb. Using the winch to climb. There are other hills in the game. I like to do something first here. Let's turn on the winch. You see those little white circles out there? That's where you can attach the winch to. You'll notice it doesn't show on all trees. The developer picked which trees you can attach the winch to, and if the winch line isn't long enough to actually reach the tree, let's hit the handbrake here. It's not close enough. It won't display either, and when you're driving, it will not display which trees you can attach the winch to. So let's go pick up a load. I'm just above Old Town here, the hill behind Old Town. We'll have to get into town to get a load. I'm using the starter truck here. The only upgrades I made to it is I improved the braking 1 notch, and I decided to get somewhat more grippy tires. I didn't go with the maximum grip. I went with an intermediate grip. I've got the tires 1 underline 2 on it, if you want to look that up for the starter vehicle, which is the Form pickup. I cannot use the horn here. For some reason, my version of the game is not going to display the horn. And do notice I do have touch turned on. Let's go get a cargo or a contract. Oops, don't need the signal on. Sometimes it can be a good idea to turn off your engine here if you're using a high fuel consumption vehicle while you're deciding which one you want. Well, there are highlighted ones at the top of the list here that are only attached to smaller vehicles. That's due to the type of hitch. Depending on which type of hitch you've got, you're limited to which ones you've got here. We've got 2 options for 2-ton loads. I'm going to go with the heaviest load here, the 3-ton. And we've got to go to the dockyard. So if I tap that one, it will highlight it. We'll accept it. There'll be a pin over top of the load there. There's a little trailer back there. I can just attach that. Yeah, it looks like we're good. It will attach. Yes, it says deliver your load. I'm not going to play around too much with the camera here, but let's get up to our hill. Nor am I going to follow the suggested route. You don't have to always follow the suggested yellow route on the map up in the top right corner there. And you notice it did change because that now became the shortest route by road to go our destination. There is a hill up there. If you're not carrying a load, it is actually possible to drive over that hill to get to the dockyard or mountain. There's a tunnel through that one. But we're going to follow the road since we got this great big heavy load, the heaviest load we could put on this little truck. That's not very well upgraded. And I'm going to come almost to a stop here at this corner, so I don't have a lot of momentum carrying me up this hill. I'll show you something here. I just got my finger pressed on the gas pedal, and I just got it. Sometimes it can help to weave back and forth a little bit across the road. It makes the trip a little longer. This car is actually doing pickup truck is doing fairly well on this hill. It's funny, this starter truck actually does better on this hill than some of the other vehicles classified as Scouts. As I say, I haven't got this one upgraded. I think if you'd have to get any other car to get up this hill with, or any other Scout to get up the hill with this load. Now, there's a kind of an obstacle there that's hard to get through, so I'm going to drive around it. handbrake here. See if the handbrake will set. It doesn't seem to want to set. There's a mud pond there. You slide around. There's a ridge you try to get over at the other end. Oh, that's why I'm up here. And I gotta get my heavy load started again. There's two ways down off of this ridge. You can go up ahead and try to barrel off up further, or you come down here and try to pick up some speed to get momentum going up this hill. My car just stalled, so I'm going to activate the winch, the main menu up in the top corner there, so I can use the winch. Now let's try going up the hill again now that I've got the winch. Okay, now the tricky part. You cannot activate the winch while you're on the gas pedal. So you've got to take your hand off of the gas pedal. Make sure there's nothing lined up, like no graphics or anything lined up between what you want to attach to. I can't attach, it's too far away. If there's any of your load or your truck between you and or close to where you want to attach to, it will not attach to. We're attached to this one. I'm going to leave the menu up in the corner, and I'm going to try to drive towards the road around that winch point. Now, I'll hit the handbrake here. It's not going to do anything. I'll change the graphics so I got a straight line to the next winch point. Disconnect the winch. Notice I'm not on the gas pedal. I'll reactivate the winch, and I'll try to attach to a tree up further. Sometimes there are only trees on one side of the road, or there are no trees that are really conveniently placed for you to attach to. So the developer kind of had his choice of how he wanted you to get up the hill, and sometimes he made it trickier than others. We'll try that one way up top. It will not attach. We'll go back across the road. Another thing is, the winch will sometimes let go, and you end up sliding down the hill, which is not good. I cannot activate the handbrake from there. Just make sure. And we'll try that one up the top. There we go. And steer towards the road instead of towards the tree. That way when we get some momentum going here, we'll attach the winch. And we're up the hill. So the secret is to use the winch. You've got to activate the winch. And the second thing you absolutely have to do, you have to take your hand off, or your finger or thumb off of the gas pedal or the brake pedal. You cannot activate 2 points on the screen when you want to attach the winch. I've seen another YouTube video where somebody mentioned the winch and they said it was a defect in the game. I do believe it's the way the designer designed it, so you cannot have two people attached using the winch. You've got a driver, and he's got to be the one to go outside the vehicle to actually go attach the winch, which you just do by tapping all over the place, so you can't tap the gas pedal at the same time. I'm going to finish this delivery here if you want to stick around for the rest of the video. There's not going to be that much show up here other than we go into the tunnel, which may actually be somewhat of a defect in the game. Or I would like to see it done differently. I'm going to need to turn on my lights here. Notice there's a ring up ahead that looks lit up. There's also a ring very near where my vehicle is, which is the lights. I'm going to come to a stop in here, or slow down enough, turn off my lights. The tunnel up front is still lit up, and here's what my lights do. So driving in this game at night is not an awful lot of fun. Turn off my lights, close up the menu. Try to put on my turn signal for our turn here. And you notice you don't always have to stay on the road in this game. It just so happens that using the road is usually have less contours to drive over, which is somewhat of the limiting factor the developer appears to have used for the most part by controlling where you drive in this game by putting a lot of steep contours or ridges you cannot drive over, rather than, say, tree lines like they would have done in something like Mud Runner. We cannot get another mission to activate there because we've already got one on the go. You can only have one on the go at a time. So let's drop this one off. And there we go, and it lights up green shortly after the park trailer comes up, and the mission is complete. And we got her payout. You'll also notice something here. I was driving on asphalt or a hard surface, so I left tire marks only where I skidded. You can do that if you don't set the ABS on your vehicle. And now we're up here, so I could just go over here again, and this will activate, and I can go pick up another contract. If I want to do a video about contracts, I'd probably keep you interested, but for now, I just want to show how to use the winch. I hope you enjoyed my video.